Hey, what's up, guys? I hope everybody's doing well. Hope everybody's having a good night. Basically, I just wanted to make a short video and go over a couple of things that I feel, I don't know, man. I don't even know how to begin to explain, but 2020 has been a crazy year. And if anything, this has been a year where I've been able to reflect and look at what really matters and really gauge time and gauge life. And I could definitely say my priorities have absolutely changed how I view things. And it has been both great and it has been very challenging as well. But I hope everybody out there is doing well. I know with the elections coming up, people are kind of, everybody's got their feathers ruffled with everything that's going on. Our country is in a state of we don't even know. But what I want to do say is sometimes what we think matters really doesn't matter as much as what we perceive. And regardless of what happens tomorrow, regardless of who's the president of the United States or what happens in our country, what really matters in life is how we treat each other. And I think at the end of the day, that's really what matters. You're going to have people that are hateful, that are hurtful. You're going to have people that are just looking out for their own self-interest, and you're going to have people that are just trying to abuse you, take advantage of you, and find ways to manipulate you to get what they want out of you. And I think it's wise and prudent for us to identify those people and try to stay away from those people, but also just pray for those type of individuals. And regardless of whether they're in government, regardless of whether they're in leadership, regardless if they're at your job, regardless if they're in your personal life, if they're family members or whatever the case is, you'd be surprised how quickly God could change life. And it doesn't matter whether you're walking the straight and narrow. It doesn't matter whether you're on a crooked path. If you're lost in the forest or you don't have a clue which way's up or down, God has a way to intervene in things and a way that's beyond our understanding. And sometimes just calling out to him, regardless of where you are in life, could just change your life. We hear, certain things like, watch movies and you hear about genie in a lamp or wishing on a star or, blowing out candles on your birthday and making a wish. But, if we sat for one moment and just thought that just a prayer, is talking to the creator of God, the creator God, um, that God answers wishes. Think about that. The very creator of the universe, the Almighty God, answers wishes, and yet the last thing we ever do is talk to Him, and that's because everything in our entire life is trying to keep us away from Him. Because the truth of the matter is that everything in our entire life is trying to make us worship it. You know, and the things that want our attention, that want to utilize our interests and attention and affections and our passion, all those things are in a lot of ways very manipulative and just want to use us. Whereas the only source that wants to bless us, take care of us, guide us, protect us, love us, and give us life is the one thing we fear the most, because sometimes we're brainwashed. We think that that's the last thing, that we're unworthy. Like there's no way. There's such a huge gap between where we are and maybe where we feel we may have to be in order to really have that type of relationship with God. But in all honesty, one thing that I've learned over the last maybe 2 years is that we are all God's creation. That's whether you believe it or not, man. You don't have to believe it. You could think whatever you want, but regardless of anything, you have a conscience that tells you otherwise. You think you come from a single organism that mutated and evolved over eons of time. You could think that, but there's something inside you that says no. Try again. And it doesn't matter how hard you try to convince yourself. And the only reason I believe wholeheartedly is that people even come to conclusions like that is because they have a hard time dealing with their own guilt conscience, and it bothers you. And that's why, look, man, I've been everywhere, man, dude. I've done it all. So I won't even go into that, but I know what it's like to feel guilty. I know what it's like to desire the wrong things. I know what it's like to want to go the wrong way. And the burdens associated with those things of having desires that we know in our own heart are not right and they're contrary, that our conscience bears witness against us, concerning those things. And yet we try to find a manipulative way to validate our desires. And those are the very same things that press us in a direction that's contrary to going in the right track. And well, I don't know where that's going, but I will tell you this. Look, I think in our hearts, we all know truth. I think in our hearts, we all know what matters. And I think truly what we really all desire as a community, as a whole, as humanity, is unity, love, and peace. And those three things are only achievable with God because he's the only individual holding those three things together. He's the source of all those three things: love, unity, and peace. He's the center of all those things. And it doesn't matter really where you're at. It doesn't matter what you think. It doesn't matter what you believe. The thing is hopefully you come to a full conclusion regarding those things, and you know how to align yourself to objective truth in relation to those things, so that way you could be on a better course and have peace, have love, have unity. And sometimes contrary things are going to come against that in order to try to hinder you and try to keep you from really finding your purpose and what your destiny is in relation to why you were even created and born in the first place. But, listen, with everything going on in this world, just love each other, you know, ask for help. Stop. Don't listen to the lie of this world saying that you're self sufficient and saying that you could do anything on your own and that you don't need anybody and that you don't need anything. Listen, I'm going to tell you right now, everybody needs everything. Let a grocery store shut down. Let's hear, who says they're self sufficient. You know, let 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 there not be air. Let me see you live on your own without air, without oxygen. Yeah, we're all codependent. We were designed that way. We were designed that way to work as a group, to work united as a whole. But yet, all we ever do is try to contrive ways to divide each other in order to try to, seek out selfish ambitions and some false concept of believing that, hurting others somehow benefits and leads to an individual gain, when in actuality, hurting others just ends up hurting us in the end. Look, don't let politics divide you. Don't let this time or this year divide you. You know, take a moment to really appreciate just the blessings that you have in life, regardless of what you believe or who you are or where you're at. So I'm telling you, somewhere in this world, somebody has it worse. And you know what? Look, if anything, make a conscientious choice to live by mercy, and you'll see mercy follow you. Make a conscientious choice to live by love, and you'll see love follow you. Make a conscientious choice to do what's right, and you'll see right. What's right will follow you. You know, I know everybody doesn't believe in Jesus. I know everybody doesn't believe in the Bible. And I know people have their own mental blocks concerning certain things like that. But I will tell you this: there are laws of the universe that are undeniable. And you know that when you're unforgiving and you get into trouble and something happens, you're the worst. You take the worst end of the condemnation, because that's how things are designed. Well, listen, I love you guys. I just hope and pray that everybody seeks out what truly matters in this life, and that they get it. So, I pray for you guys. I hope everybody's having a wonderful night. And please don't let tomorrow redirect your life or your course in this life. God bless you. Talk to you soon.